topic, and the host is Randall O'Brien.
Hello. I will make one comment about holidays. I particularly like how as the new year approaches, it's kind of a holiday to make the end of one year and the beginning of a new one a reflection of the events of the past year. There's nothing like it during the year, and I even shared a few moments with my father over Christmas about, this is not just a Christmas for now, it's a Christmas for memories of the past. And so I like this end of the year, beginning of the New Year holiday season. Speaking of New Year's, I am going to ask questions about resolutions. And if I had a quick resolution, it would be how to come up with table topics questions about resolutions. But for now, let's have to sell ones I found. So I need to figure out. If you have a role and I pick you by mistake, just say it, because I'm trying to be more random here than I was last time, because I didn't do a good job with that. So, what is a resolution you've kept from last year? Bill Singer, would you like to try that one? What is a resolution you've kept last year or any previous resolutions?
Seems like a lot of people make resolutions for the new year. I actually never make any resolutions for the new year. It seems totally arbitrary to pick the first day of the year and say, well, I'm going to change my life. It seems to me that if you want to make a change, I'll speak for myself, if I want to make a change, I'll decide whatever it is, and if I decide to make that change, do it right now. If I need to make a plan, I'll put a plan together and make that change. Why wait till the first of the year? Now, I understand that some people don't look at things that way. They look at the new year and they say, well, start out the new year, I need to make that change, lose weight. Some of the other things that Aileen had said people like to do. Well, I recommend that everybody think about through the year what you would like to do, and if you decide that you want to make that change, make that resolution. Don't wait for the new year, make it any time. January 2nd, December 21st, do it.
Thank you, Bill. So I'm going to jump right to the last question, which came up, my favorite one. All my questions are based on my personal experience with the word resolution, which I didn't used to like. So my last question that I came up with is, I think now I remember what happened with me resolutions. I just didn't make any from the time I was a teenager when I first really heard about them until maybe after college, because I remember saying when we were a kid, we were taught to be not whether you're superstitious or not. Say that again. Superstitious or not. And resolutions are like superstition. Do you believe in superstition? I said, I don't make resolutions because I don't believe in superstition. So, are you superstitious? Let's see. Al, would you like to try that one? Are you superstitious? Yeah. Wonderful for pronouncing that word.
The best definition I ever heard of superstition was one I heard years ago. The definition is as follows: an emotional attitude toward a lie. And I thought that was very interesting from the standpoint of, am I somebody who is afraid of black cats, or who's concerned when mirrors break, or won't walk under a ladder? No, the thought crosses my mind, this is not good luck. But does it stop me from doing anything? No. And at the same time, I have the feeling that there are things that we have as superstitions that we don't call superstitions. Things that we believe that, and pretty much anybody believes, that really are not, simply not true. I would ask each of you individually, what is it in your life that when subject to the cold eye of objective thinking as best as we can, which of these would turn out to be superstitious instead of something that our logical mind is obfuscated for whatever reason. I'm thinking, for example, we have the idea today that we descended from the apes. I would call that a superstition. And I'm going to go on record stating that. I'm not going to say what the alternative is, that's for you to discover. But I would ask you, is there something in your individual personal life which would fall into the category of superstition that may not be?
Time for just a couple more. Guest? Oh,
One more.
okay, I'm getting a hint that I should offer the guest a question. Would our guests like to participate in table topics?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just, my last question, this is my favorite one. The reason why I didn't care about New Year's resolutions, because for most of my early life, my years revolved around school years, which started in September. So by the time I got to January, I already had 4 months worth of resolutions that I didn't want to bother to change it because it was January. So it didn't make sense to me. So so my question is do you have a different take on resolutions? Does it have to be January to do something different, or do you have a different philosophy for that, for doing something different with your life? And New Year's resolution.
People are not rational. I like to think I'm rational, but I'm thinking people tend to be between 10 and 20% rational. I like to think I'm on the 20% part of that bell curve. Resolution is probably just a mental trick where we think, oh, this is a certain day, this is our birthday or New Year's. And mental tricks work. Do people keep resolutions? Probably not, but still, it's a tool that we're using to get ourselves somewhere and improve ourselves. You're talking about school? Another thing, probably a trick, mental trick. It's a framework where we're trying to learn. We can learn on our own, probably better than going to some stupid school. But we go in that framework, we use that, and maybe we learn more because it's got some kind of structure to it. And the resolution also gives us a little bit of structure. This is a time of year, and we think about the future and the past. Was there anything else in the question that I'm missing?
Sounds good.
Thanks for having me here. I love Toastmasters being a guest. I think of it as Fight Club, where you show up and you have to fight the first time. Table Topics is that analogy. Thanks, everyone.
Turn it down to our Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you. Talking about resolutions, I used to not care about New Year resolutions